offense sets. Bryant out at the point. Malone gives it back to Bryant, and his first effort of the night isn't even close. Ben Wallace gets another.
About Shaq tonight, I think it's more about Karl Malone. The Pistons want to see how well he can recover, how well he can move.
Bryant from O'Neal and missing. Up the floor for Los Angeles. 4-0 Detroit. The Lakers have begun the game 0 for 4 from the field. Here's Bryant. Losing the ball. Prince was on it.
In LA in both games.
I think the Lakers might agree to that too. O'Neal with a resounding dunk and now a foul away from the play. So the Lakers' first basket of the night is a Shaq jam. Foul is on Kobe Bryant. Here's Malone. 2 for Karl. 10-7. Shoot around today. Malone did next to nothing. Didn't do very much at practice yesterday before the Lakers boarded. Hamilton drives. Phillips will drive. Then to Prince. Payton comes over to double him. Scores anyway.
Let Shaq go one-on-one. That's exactly what the Pistons want.
Pistons take the first time out of the game. Good start for Detroit. They're up 14-9 at home. Bryant with the drive. Underneath to O'Neal, who puts it in.
I tell you, every time the Lakers get penetration,
O'Neal gives Wallace room. This time the bank doesn't go, but the follow does by Hamilton. I'm on to something.
Yes.
Bryant, after whirling his way to the lane, ball winds up with O'Neal underneath to George, and he has to volleyball it back out to Kobe. 7 on the 24. Payton with 3 on the 24. And then Wallace has the rebound dislodged, but that's deflected by Prince, but O'Neal got it. Now Bryant, 4 on the shot clock from way outside. And Hamilton skies for the rebound. Hamilton, long 2, got it. Skidded a little bit. Like ending a quarter when the crowd is ready to explode with a bomb. Bryant, no points. Hamilton, 8 points. And 4 rebounds as well. Good start for the Detroit. Clock was reset at 14 on the inbounds. Williamson, underneath. Got it.
Well, it's about how well the Lakers can defend.
Nemetokur comes in. He has the ball. Big man from Turkey replacing Ben Wallace, and Williamson takes the pass. Ben Wallace and Williamson takes the pass and scores. 29-16 Detroit.
They didn't hear me. There's no way that Kobe Bryant is going to guard Corliss Williamson down on the court.
Lakers with no offensive rebounds. This is the largest lead for either team in any of the 3 games. And this will be a defensive 3-second call, which results in a technical. Here's Michelle.
Well, guys, LA has been out-rebounded 20-10 so far, and after the Lakers came to the bench for their last time out, Phil Jackson lit into them about boxing out. Guys, in Game 2, Shaquille O'Neal failed to pull down double-digit rebounds in an NBA Finals game for the first time.
In the second game, they were still able to win the game, of course, and Kobe Bryant has just scored his first point of the game. So with Malone,
He's not fouling. He's furious. Now, give the Detroit Pistons some credit. They've contested all 3 of his shots thus far. But Kobe Bryant right now is frustrated because he wants the ball in his hands a couple more times. I mean, look at his body language right here. And then this one right here. He knows they're going the other way. And he's saying, get me the ball.
On the possession. Bryant still looking for the first field goal of the game. That lean, tries for the separation initially, then has to throw it to Rush, who can barely keep it alive. 5 on the clock. Underneath, Fisher tried to lob it into O'Neal to hit the top of the jam. Billups back for Detroit. So Derek goes all the way in, hits the back rim, and then Billups can't get it to drop it as a foul. Crossing gate along a railway. It's just like a rumble. Bryant for three. Kobe still without a field goal. Nine-point Piston lead. Bryant. Prince on him. Doing a heck of a job on him. And he throws it away. Bryant slows it down. Then Wallace comes all the way out, leaving Medvedenko free again. And sooner or later...
Making a great point out. The Pistons have had opportunities, and they have blown it.
Well, they're 0 for their last 10, and they finally get off that minute. Hamilton threw it up.
For reporting the Lakers, let's go now to Michelle Conforto.
All right, Stu, thanks. Kurt Rambis said coming out of the locker room they're not that concerned that Kobe Bryant only took 4 shots. He said, we believe if we execute our offense the way we're supposed to, the ball will find its way back to Kobe. And that's what they're most disappointed in, that they didn't execute their offense the way they'd like to. They turned it over too much in the first half. They corrected their offensive rebounding problem, but they also say they've got to continue to defend without fouling. He noted the differential in personal fouls in the game. Doc, Al?
All right, thank you, Michelle. So the differential in personal fouls in the game.
To go underneath on Chauncey Billups, and he's making them pay.
That was a three-pointer, and then Bryant misses that shot, and Prince says, you can't call me. His first. He can get away with a little bit more. Here's Bryant. This equals the biggest lead of the game. Malone gets that one.
He shoots the ball too well to go under on him.
Here's Bryant. Still can't get it to drop.
3 guys ran that Kobe on that last shot.
Rashid to Hamilton, followed by Prince.
A basketball player, and they're just going to let him be that.
Kobe gets pressured. Kobe puts one up and finally knocks one down.
In this game from the Pistons, that's how they're scoring their points.
Bryant behind his back from the lane. Can't get it to drop. Rasheed Wallace. Here's Prince. Bryant couldn't steal. Way outside now to Hamilton. Billups has 9 points in the quarter, 17 in the game. Chauncey resets it here.
And now they're going to put Kobe Bryant on Billups.
Call the foul line, Bryant. Back to the pick and roll that Doc talked about.
I mean,
Bryant. So he has 2 field goals now. Crowd on its feet. Detroit by 16. Bryant doubled in the corner. Has it taken away. Chauncey Billups has it. For Hamilton.
he's played much better. I thought in the first 2 games in L.A., he was really trying to force the issue.
Bryant misses. It is a 14-point lead. 63-1 here in the 4th quarter. Shaquille O'Neal with only 2 points in this half. He inbounded with 14. Bryant launches it and makes it. So Kobe Bryant, who had 1 point in the first half, has 9 points now in the game. Bryant putting full court pressure on. Crowd wants a foul and doesn't get it.
You know why people love Kobe Bryant? It's because they're down 18 points, and he's the only one.
He should be embarrassed.
Oh, wow. Little elbow in the back from Shaq. I think it was more that he was.
Billups gets doubled. Billups has it stolen. Payton to the hoop. Lays it off underneath. Bryant is going to be here for a whole week.
Yeah.
Got here last night. Go back next Wednesday morning.
You know, this city, they are so fired up about this team. It's become basketball.
Bryant. Rush. Got it in the clock on this possession. Then Wallace loses it. Bryant comes back, and he loses it again.
Regime, it didn't happen, and Ben even told me, and sometimes I'll catch him flexing in the mirror. He's now flexing as an 18-year-old in an NBA Finals game.
Have guaranteed at least, at worst, a 6-game for themselves if the Lakers win one here. Brian Russell now comes in as the Lakers empty the bench.
And this is where I don't like the 2-3-2 format.
Which is something the Pistons are going to try to do, and if they can do it, they can begin to celebrate here in Michigan after Tuesday night's game. You know, the downside to it, Doc, on the other side would be the travel, because you know, only question left is, can they hold the Lakers to under 70, which would be an all-time Laker playoff franchise low in the shot clock era. And the Pistons have held a lot of teams under 70 this year, and they're going to hold the Lakers under 70.
Well, Al, we said the number for the Pistons was between 85 and 90. They get 85 points. They hold the Lakers to 68.
You called it again, as you did in Game 1. 88-68. The Lakers win it. We'll wrap it up from Auburn Hills after this.
I tell you, every time the Lakers get penetration,
O'Neal gives Wallace room. This time the bank doesn't go, but the follow does by Hamilton. I'm on to something.
yes.
Bryant, after whirling his way to the lane, ball winds up with O'Neal underneath to George, and he has to volleyball it back out to Kobe. 7 on the 24. Payton comes over to double him. Scores anyway.
Let Shaq go one-on-one. That's exactly what the Pistons want.
Pistons take the first time out of the game. Good start for Detroit. They're up 14-9 at home. Bryant with the drive. Underneath to O'Neal, who puts it in.
How well he can move.
Bryant from O'Neal and missing. Up the floor for Los Angeles. 4-0 Detroit. The Lakers have begun the game 0 for 4 from the field. Here's Bryant. Losing the ball. Prince was on it.
In LA in both games.
I think the Lakers might agree to that too. O'Neal with a resounding dunk, and now a foul away from the play. So the Lakers' first basket of the night is a Shaq jam. Foul is on Kobe Bryant. Here's Malone. 2 for Carl. 10-7. The shoot around today, Malone did next to nothing. Didn't do very much at practice yesterday before the Lakers boarded. Hamilton drives. Phillips will drive. Then to Prince. Offense sets. Bryant out at the point. Malone gives it back to Bryant. And his first effort of the night isn't even close. Ben Wallace gets another.
About Shaq tonight, I think it's more about Karl Malone. The Pistons want to see how well he can recover